Medicare 101 or Medicare for Beginners. I'm going to go over a quick outline of Medicare so you get a clear picture of what you're about to get into. So stay tuned. And I'm Keith Arrech, founder of Medicare on Video. I help people across the country make the right Medicare choices. I can absolutely help you as well. I'm licensed in all 50 states, so happy to help anyone. When you come into Medicare, the first thing to understand is there are different parts. You have Part A, Part B, Part C, and Part D. Part A very simply covers stuff on an inpatient hospital admission. So big stuff when you're in the hospital, room and board, things of that nature. Part B covers just about everything else. Everything outside of a hospital admission, all the medical costs, outpatient surgery, specialist visits, doctor visits, all that kind of stuff. I can't tell you why they broke it into different pieces, but they did, and they're actually funded differently within the government. But A and B put together is pretty much health insurance, is how it works. Part C, don't also know why this comes in as Part C, is actually Medicare Advantage, which in reality is not Medicare. It takes you off of Medicare and puts you with a private insurance carrier. So if you choose a Medicare Advantage plan, you come off of A and B, and the private insurance carrier is then responsible for all your claims going forward. Medicare Part D would be a prescription drug plan. So if you stay on original Medicare A and B, you're probably going to have a Medicare supplement plan that covers the big charges that A and B do not, and then you would likely have a prescription drug plan to go along with it. So you kind of have A, B, and D with a Medicare supplement plan, or you choose to go into Part C Medicare Advantage, and there are different opinions on that. I certainly have a strong one. I've got many videos on why I wouldn't choose a Medicare Advantage plan, but certainly have videos on the comparison between Medicare Advantage versus original Medicare. So make sure you take a look for that. So with original Medicare in 2026, again, there are some gaps in A and B. So A, if you go into the hospital, has a big deductible, about $1,700. And you certainly wouldn't want to pay that, but most supplement plans cover that $1,700. So there's really, if you have original Medicare with a supplement, in most cases, you don't have any cost when you go into the hospital. Part B has a much smaller deductible. It's only $283 right now. And you're going to pay that in most cases. But again, that's a very small out-of-pocket expense. Now, Part A generally does not have a premium. As long as you've worked your 40 quarters over your lifetime, you don't have a premium for Part A. Part B, you do have a premium. Right now, it's almost $203 a month. So something we need to figure out into our expenses going into retirement is we're going to have a premium for Part B, and it does generally go up every year. So need to keep that in mind also. That Part B premium is also income adjusted in what is called IRMA. So if you make more than $109,000 single or 218 joint, that 202 can go all the way up into the 600s in different levels. So you need to certainly make sure if you have income still when you're coming into Medicare, understand what it could do to your Medicare Part B premium. It also affects the Part D premium, but not in such a drastic way. So your big choice coming into Medicare is either staying with original or choosing a Medicare Advantage plan. Original Medicare, pretty fantastic. It doesn't really have any restrictions. You can go to any doctor, any hospital, anywhere in the country. You don't have to ask for permission. It doesn't have referrals, pre-authorizations, all that kind of stuff that Medicare Advantage does have. For the most part, with Medicare Advantage, it works like an HMO where you have to stay within a network of doctors and in a network of hospitals, and they can be small depending upon where you're located. It can be very difficult sometimes to get appointments and certainly to get to where you want to go. If you come into a situation where you have a significant medical condition, you want to have control over where you want to go, what doctor you might want to go to, or what hospital you might want to go to. So that's where original Medicare certainly comes into play because it really has no restrictions. And it's fantastic. And I have thousands and thousands of clients on original Medicare, and I don't get any customer service phone calls. So that's literally the best barometer on how it works is nobody's calling me to complain that this didn't get paid for or that didn't get covered or this or that. Literally just zero. I'm like the Maytag washer repairman guy that just doesn't get any phone calls, which is terrific. So when we're coming in, we've got that. We need to understand our enrollment periods. Most people come in at age 65, but not necessarily. If you're going to stay at work, you may stay on your employer group plan until you're ready to retire, and then you come into Medicare. If you're going to do that, do not start Medicare Part B. Medicare Part B is your trigger later at 67, 75, whatever it may be, that makes it just like you're turning 65, so you have freedom to pick any plan that you want without any medical questions. There are some drawbacks to it. I've got plenty of videos on working past 65. Make sure you look for those as well. But those are really the main things we need to understand when we come into Medicare. And that's kind of very high level view. I have very many videos on very specific topics to take a look through my channel, and we're happy to help with all of it. And again, we're licensed in all 50 states, so we can walk you through. Just give us a call, visit Medicare on Video. I'm happy to help. Hope you have a fantastic day.